And by the way, this issue of the interview, for me, it's neither here nor there. But today, at least a positive for Kalonzo Musyoka. I'm glad at least he went and attended the so-called interview. The rest of the people who attended this interview for the running mate for Azimio are Sabina Chege, who surfeit. Kalonzo has appeared today. Gideon, we know very well Gideon had actually nominated Kalonzo, so he didn't turn out because of that reason. That's very respectable and it's good. Ali Hassan Joho turned up, all qualified, Oparanya and other people, but our candidate. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing for us to see this kind of people. The one that actually impresses me is this guy called Oparanya. Oparanya has done a lot in Kakamega, and we respect Oparanya for that. In as much as we talk about corruption and everything, when I look at Oparanya, I don't see it. I really don't see it. So anyway, that was just my side kind of comment. Sabina Chege, we've talked about her, we'll talk about her, and the rest of the people, So, but today, those are just the other things. We are talking about the exit of Dr. Mutua from Azimio. What does it mean to Azimio? What next for Azimio? Are we just being taken for a ride? Is Kenya Kwanza even better? I doubt it. Let me tell you, this is just biashara.
It has already been decided. And the good thing about Kenya Kwanza is that when you sit down, they tell you, okay, these are the positions available for your party. These ones have been gone with this one. They even tell you who, they tell you who, they tell you who, they tell you who, they tell you what, so that you also know who are the other players. Hakuna mambo ati mkafanya interview na nini. It's very clear. All of us know who will be what, who will be what, who will be what, who will be what, which party will get what, even before the election. It is crystal clear. Na mnakaa na wale wengine, kila mtu anasema mimi ni hiki, mnasikizana kwa nyumba moja. Si nyinyi mnakaa nje ya dirisha mnachungulia wengine wakiwa juu ya meza wakigawana keki, wagawana ugali na nyinyi mnakula hewa hapa nje.
Good morning to you viewers. I hope you're fine wherever you are. Welcome to Talk to Africa. My name is George. Dr. Mutua left Azimio yesterday, chap chap, for Kenya Kwanza. What next for Azimio? What does it mean? What exactly is happening in Azimio that Dr. Mutua has to leave, and what is next? If you're watching this channel for the first time, kindly consider subscribing to it. We will really appreciate. Also, if you like any one of our videos, kindly like them on YouTube and even then share with your friends. What does the exit of Dr. Mutua from Azimio mean?
You go to an election process believing in a cause and ideology. It's never about an individual. So for me, whoever is seen to be best suited, which I find very hard because it's very difficult to beat me, it will be the ticket that will sell.
Bring in a whole community to the table. And I come from a very big community.
Past having interviews for the selection of deputy president stroke of running mate. It was a cordial engagement, and I very much look forward to the outcome and to successful campaigns by the Azimio team.
When we talk about Dr. Mutua's exit from Azimio, let's not look at it as a one-off thing. This is the DNA of Azimio. It's the DNA of Azimio. I really don't want to say this, but they say sometimes fish begins to rot from the head. There is something that is not being done right in Azimio. What is it exactly? Because you see, either Azimio has very bad management because of the way they delay things. I'll give you another example. Kalonzo Musyoka. Before even Kalonzo Musyoka joined the band one of Azimio, we said in this particular channel that Kalonzo Musyoka will be a problem to Azimio. Kalonzo Musyoka is going there with a lot of other issues in Azimio. And that was foreseeable. You remember Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta really looked for Kalonzo Musyoka. You remember the NDCs of Jubilee and the NDC of ODM, which was at one of the stadiums, Kasarani National Stadium, right? Where Kalonzo Musyoka was playing hide and seek. It's the same Kalonzo Musyoka, basically. You remember, even when he was in One Kenya Alliance, you know, he was like, he will never work with Raila Amolo Odinga. They knew Kalonzo Musyoka even before they actually went for him. So, this issue of the running mate thing that they've been playing around with, delaying and everything, just shows you one thing. It shows you that in Azimio, they are unable to handle things in a timely manner. So, what does this mean, handling things in a timely manner? Either one, they don't understand the importance of that, or they are ignoring it, or they are hoping that time will solve the problem. You see, so the exit of Dr. Mutua and the problem that Azimio is having with Kalonzo Musyoka, those are exact same things. You cannot say anything else. It's just a question of delay. And I've told you the delay can either be caused by indecision. It can be caused by hoping that the problem will disappear. It can also be something like you are afraid to deal with the problem. And those are managerial issues. Those are issues that in good management or good managers would not want to have such situations where basically they are actually making rash decisions, or rather decisions that just make themselves, which will usually be the wrong decision. So the exit of Dr. Mutua tells you that. It tells you that there's something wrong in Azimio. By the way, talking about something wrong in Azimio, if you remember, Azimio, when they started, it was a nice outfit. I liked it, by the way. Everything was timely, things were being planned, and the campaigns were on, and, you know, they came up with their policies and everything. It was fantastic. You know, then as Kalonzo came with his problems, Azimio started now, even the campaigns they weren't doing. You know, Kalonzo came, disrupted the entire campaign, okay, which is not even happening the way it was happening even before then. The entire team, the teams that were walking around or going around with Raila Amolo Odinga, you know, those teams are no longer there, you know. So then Kalonzo entered in here, into Azimio. First, you remember the donkey thing, the donkey, story, where a donkey wanted to enter into a tent, and of course, you know, asked for the head first, then leg second, then kicked, you know, Dr. Mutua out, right? And that's just the first casualty. If they are not careful, Kalonzo, and I have said it earlier, Kalonzo will kick out Raila himself. That I can assure you. So fundamentally, what this means to me, it means that Azimio has a problem, or then at least then, Azimio has a problem with PR. Okay, so let's find out why. Dr. Mutua says that he left Azimio because he wasn't able to see the agreement. How would you not be able to see an agreement? Well, actually, you've signed it with a lot of lawyers in there. Certainly, there is something else about this. So he says that he wasn't able to see the agreement, he wanted a copy of the agreement, and then suddenly he's in Kenya Kwanza. Now, Junet said that Dr. Mutua wanted money from Azimio, and he was being offered more by Kenya Kwanza. So which is which? Is it that he was being offered more money by Kenya Kwanza, or he wanted to exit because of what he says as in terms of, the zoning thing and the fact that he is unable to get to see an agreement that is signed? I can tell you this, fundamentally, all the parties, be it, or the coalitions, be it Kenya Kwanza, of William Ruto, or Azimio, Kenyans are being played in broad daylight. We know very well that what is taking place there is exchange of money. We cannot lie to ourselves, kwani, they basically are paying money. How do you expect? You have Mudavadi in a freezer, okay? Quiet. The guy who was so vocal with his Malala about being, a presidential candidate. You remember? Don't forget that. How do you expect Speaker Muturi to be very cool in that cooler? Okay? How do you expect Wetangula to be in there? How do you expect all these other people? Professor Kindiki, Wakina Moses Kuria. These are people who are exchanging money. These are traders. These are business people. Forget about their agendas. Forget about their manifestos. These people are just who is the highest bidder. Finished. So forget about the agreements. Forget about anything like that. It's just a question of money. And this goes even, and there's no holier than thou. There's nobody else. Don't even say Oka or Kalonzo Musyoka came in there and there's no consideration that had been made. If you remember, Dr. Mutua himself said in a clip, one day I'll pull it out if you want it, I have it, in a clip that, those people of Kalonzo Musyoka, wakina Senator Wambua and Senator Mutula Kilonzo, were now, swimming in money after they went to see Nanu, to see, after they entered into Azimio. Where did that come from? Let us not be cheated. The thing that is happening today and what is talking is money. Money speaks, and that is what is happening. So whether Dr. Mutua is telling us that, he didn't see the agreement or whatever, maybe Junet is right. Maybe he's not telling us the entire story, but it's just a question of money. So what next for Azimio? I don't see Azimio changing much. That I can tell you for sure. If they go on the way they are doing things here, unless they follow some of our advice and prescriptions that we are giving them, I don't see them changing. I think Azimio will remain Azimio, and this kind of, Man U Arsenal game will continue. And please, Kenyans, I would highly, highly, highly ask you, don't be a fanatic for these people. These people are just the same, be they in Kenya Kwanza or be they in Azimio. These politicians are just the same, not worth dying for. Nothing. There is no principle. There are no policies. It's just a question of money. So if it's a question of money, I think, and Kenyans are right. You see, that is the reason why presidential candidates, and generally all candidates, are asked for money, because Kenyans know that the next time they will see this person is the next election. So they go even for 50 shillings. They say, I'd rather have the 50 shillings than nothing, because I'll never get anything from these politicians. So in my view and in my strong feeling, it's just a question of money. So anyway, fundamentally, what does it mean for Azimio? Azimio will continue like this. They will have those intrigues, they will have what, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a photo finish. It depends on how the Azimio coalition holds, how Kalonzo Musyoka, Raila Amolo Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta hold at the end of the day, because that is what I'm seeing playing out. Because the other thing is going to be like, of course, expect other parties to join Kenya Kwanza. It's a question of who has more money. And the fact is, either Dr. William Samoei Ruto has more money or he is more generous, than Raila Amolo Odinga, who is said to be stingy, So it's just a question of money. And I would see a lot of other parties that were associated with, Azimio leaving just because of money. Remember, it's a business they are doing. They are trading right in front of our eyes. So that is essentially what will happen. So what next for Azimio? From this event of Dr. Mutua leaving, I don't think that it will have a big consequence in terms of the results. We have predicted, or we have said in this channel, that it's very likely, in fact, it is very likely that we'll have almost a photo finish where the winner will have very few votes. maybe under 1 million, and I'm being generous, under 1 million, So it's a photo finish race, so it depends on the tact or the tactics that they are using to be able to get to the finish line. So that is still the position. So there are other issues also. Today, Kalonzo Musyoka has surfaced and is going for the interview in quotes at Serena Hotel. You can see these guys have simply no principles. They say one thing today and do another one tomorrow. Look at Dr. Mutua. Dr. Mutua, we thought, was committed to it. In fact, he himself has said that he doesn't know. It's a question of money. He doesn't know what is in it for him. That is money or influence or whatever they want to do is just a question of money. So let's not, get confused about this thing. It's just about money. So what next? Things remain the same. We are still expecting to see what will happen in terms of the other people who leave Azimio, and we will want to also observe and see who the running mate will be, because that will be fundamentally one of the things that will happen. And talking about the running mate, there's a lady called Mutter. She's impressed me. I've played some clips that Mutter is campaigning for Raila Amolo Odinga. Where Mutter is campaigning for Raila Amolo Odinga. In fact, let me just play one. I would like you to watch this clip and compare Mutter campaign for Raila Amolo Odinga and that of Kalonzo Musyoka. Just watch this clip first.
Kama nilivyosema, niko kwa azimio la umoja, sababu historia ya baba na historia yangu zinalingana. Uzalendo wake wa kutetea haki za Wakenya bila kuchoka naweza linganisha na vile nimeendelea kutetea Wakenya hata nikiwa sina cheo yoyote. Raila Amolo Odinga amenyimwa kiti ya president mara nyingi, lakini hachoki, anaendelea kutetea Wakenya. Alikubali kusema Kebaki tosha. Rais wetu mpendwa ameaga, aliweza kubadilisha Kenya. Sasa anasema wale jamii ambayo hawana namna watakuwa wanapatiwa kwa hiyo jamii 6,000 kila mwezi, ndivyo Mkenya asilale njaa. Anasema hospitali, kila mtu atakuwa anaenda hospitali na kupatiwa dawa bila malipo. Anasema rasilimali ya Wakenya itachungwa iwafanyie kazi. Haya yote ni maneno ninaamini, na ndio nimesimama na yeye nikijua ni mzalendo.
Yes, the reason why I've played that clip is because you can see a difference between somebody who is committed, somebody who is truly able to be a deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Mutter, she is campaigning with reasons. She is policed, and as you can see, and she knows what she's doing. Compare that with Kalonzo Musyoka. You won't believe it. Then who speaks for Kalonzo Musyoka? Senator Wambua. Okay? Who speaks for Kalonzo Musyoka? Senator Mtula Kilonzo. What do they say? I'm holding a gun on your head, so no deputy president, no. What? Who is more suited to be the running mate for Raila Amolo Odinga? Is it Kalonzo Musyoka or is it Mutter? In any case, who is serious about the thing that ails this country? And there's only one. Forget about fixing the economy. They will not fix the economy as long as corruption is rampant the way it is today. It's rampant. Everywhere. Tenders, land, tenders, yes. The same people get tenders over and over. How about the majority of Kenyans? The problem in this economy is the difference or the bridge between the rich and the poor. So as long as money is circulating in the hands of those few people, the economy is not going to do well, obviously. So I believe Mutter has more to offer than Kalonzo Musyoka. I like Sabina Chege. She brings freshness and everything, and of course, but I hope that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta will talk with Sabina Chege, talk with Peter Kenneth, talk with Martha Karua and take one of those people, but we recommend Martha Karua. What do you think the exit of Dr. Mutua means? What does it mean to Azimio? I will highly appreciate to have your comments. Kindly let me know what you think, and let me know what else you would like us to talk about. Asante sana.